In this tutorial, we want to learn how to draw a hat that we are going to use as a frame. We are going to draw the hat in, I think it's a very simple way to draw a hat. And then we are going to learn the text font should flow into frame where the hat is the frame. And then we'll also learn how to use the text extension Lorem Ipsum. So we will start by, let's go to File and then go to Documents Properties. And then with the Documents Properties, this pops up. And then we are going to go to Grades and go to a Sonometric Grid, okay? And then press New. And then when you get this, we want to change the spacing Y to 25. And then we want the angle X to be 45 and the angle Z to be 45. I'm using 45 because I want to draw something like a square, and I'll rotate it for it to be something like a diamond or so. And then we just enter so that you are sure you get what you want, and then we close this. Okay, I can also, let me maybe increase the minor this thing just a little, the minor grid line, the alpha channel, I increase it just a little. For that is just if you can see. I prefer to be able to see better. Now the next thing we will do is to go for our rectangle and square tool, and then we want to draw a square that covers here. But first we'll need to rotate it afterwards. Go to Shift Control and then start drawing some square, something like this, more or less. It's not necessary, we'll adjust it. And then go to select this and then press again to get this handle here and rotate it more or less. And then now we need to extend it a bit more so that it fills this place here. So I would again do this, go to Shift Control, and then I extend it a bit more so I am sure it's lying in there. Well, I'm not very sure whether I did my rotation perfectly. One thing I should have done with the rotation is that the best thing, because let's go back and let me show you what I mean. Okay, oops, here I should have, it's better to rotate like this. Go to Shift Control and you are sure of rotating 45 degrees, so the control will maintain it. If you, every time you rotate, it gives you 15 15 15, so you are sure it's rotated very well. So we have 1 2 3. So that Shift Control and then you do that, then you are very sure the rotation went to 45 degrees. And then we want this to lie somewhere in the middle. Let's see whether, yes, do you see the if you press it, you see the rotation hand, where center of rotation. Let it lie in between there, and then you can come back again, Shift Control, and then extend it so it hits there more or less. One thing you can also do is, let's see whether the snapping will work. The important snapping you need is snap other points with, and then you need the center. So let's see here, more or less it snaps at the center, and then we are sure that we have it. Now we need to draw a circle that will fill the same place here like this. So we go for our circle tool and then we go to Shift Control and then try to draw a circle that also fits into this. I'm having problems because I think I have some other snapping on, which it's not necessary now. So yes, something like this for it to lie exactly in there. You see, now we pick our circle and then we want to place it somewhere here so that it snaps nicely. So we have this. We now do a duplicate of the circle, so click the circle and then go to edit and then do duplicate. Now we pick the duplicate and also place it somewhere here, more or less, and it snaps at the center, so we are sure that we are going to have. So now select everything. We go to shift, select this and that, and then go to path and then go to union. Now we have constructed our heart. The heart, let's go here because I noticed that my color, the color I'm using, I think I have a alpha channel in it. I have transparency in, so I will go to object, fill and stroke. I don't know about you, if yours has, I don't know what you started drawing with. I should have actually, if that, yes, I should, so that we have already our color. This is the color I used. Okay, now we have this, and then we are going to, the first thing we want to do is to, in case you want to write a text, we want to use this tool which says that flow into frame, so it flows a text into frame. So let's, you can, what I'm going to do, I now don't need actually my, I now don't need the grid, so we can remove it. Go to view and then page grid, just for you to see. And okay, now we have our heart, and then the next thing we want to do is that to get a text and then we flow it in. You can either write some text, you can either write some text at all, like anything at all, go to your text, this thing, and then you start writing any text at all, and then you can just select it and then go to shift and select this, and then go to text and then put a flow in frame and then flows it in. But let's say that another thing, let's say that it's not this text you want, but you've seen something on the internet and you want to copy it into your thing. Just, I have some text here, so you just come into wherever and then you do copy. So you copy this, right click, copy, and I close this again, and then since you've copied the text, but you need a text box or something to put it in. Normally, sometimes people just, you can click like this and put the text and then just say paste, but that's, I don't like very much, because it becomes, let's see how it looks like. You see, it does this. So normally what I do is this, I come and then I define more or less the box that I want, the frame that I want the text to go into, and then I now do paste like this to restrict it a bit, so I don't have to do work adjusting it, I think. And now I can even, if I click here, let's see here, I want to reduce even what I had a bit. Let's do something like this is okay. So I just went for the hole here and then made it a bit smaller, and then I can now let's see here, I think this is good. I would, you now go to this and then you select, you go to shift and select this, and then you go to text, and then you go to flow into frame, and then it flows it into the frame. Now the next thing is that, okay, this, what I did, I can tell you the design I did a bit. I changed this to white, and then I put some light on here. But it depends. If you want to put a gradient to let it shine up there, then what you can do is you select the hat, and then you go here and then you put something like a radial gradient. And then with the radial gradient, I want it that rather, you see, it's the inside that is red and the outside that is a bit whitish, but I want it the opposite way. So the next thing you can do is to go for your create and edit gradient tool, and then you click, you see this blue thing here, click at the end here, and then go to shift, and then you can go to reverse, and that's it, you go to R. So you go to shift R, and then it reverses it. Now you can move, you can touch here, and then you can move it up here in case you want to have some lights there. Okay, so this is one thing you can do. You could have also left it as it is without any lights there. Now the next thing is, let's show how you, if you want any text at all, because in case you want to flow something, use Lorem Ipsum. So we just go, I want to do a duplicate of the hat, so I don't have to draw it again. And then I can keep the shine there if you want, or if you don't want, you can remove the shine, the gradient, but we leave it as it is. And then we go for, we want to get an go to extension, and then go to text. There are two ways you can do this actually, but this way I'm going to show you. I really don't like it very much. I'll show you the better way in conjunction with the flow into the frame. But you go to text, because we have this frame here. You can go to text, and then you go to Lorem Ipsum, and then this comes up. I just want a small text, so I have number of paragraphs, 1 sentence per paragraph. I would say maybe 2, and then you can do a live preview if you will. But the problem is that normally it would, you see, normally this, it did not give us more or less a sentence, gave us only one word or so. So I really don't do it this way. So I close this one here. What I do is that I still use the flow into frame. First of all, I deselect this, and then I go to extension, and then I go to text, and I go to Lorem Ipsum, and then with the same entries, and then let's do a live preview of what we will get. If it's taking time, don't worry, it takes a bit of time. And then you see the text came up there, so I will just do apply, and then I go out and then go for the whatever we had. Now if you can remember, when I did it only with this one, the only thing that I had was only this word, but now I had at least something more. And then I go to shift and control just to maintain everything as it is. Let's lower it a bit or make it a bit little. Then we come here, let's make it for it to be a bit bigger, the font. Now you cannot easily, if you do this and then you just go here and say that and select this, let's say we do as we did with the other one, you do this and then you do that, and then you go to text and then you do flow into frame. This will not work. Why didn't this work? This doesn't work because first of all, you have to convert it from a flowed text into a normal text, because the lorem comes in that form and it doesn't work that way. So first of all, the thing you have to do is to when you have it, you have to go to text, and then you have to do convert to text, so that it's normal text. It's not like it's in any box or any frame or anything. And then after doing that, if you select the heart and then you go to text, flow into frame, now it flows nicely into the frame. And then this, I gave it the white color. So in case you don't want the gradients here, you can just fill it with this color more or less, and give it a color without any gradient, and that's how it looks like. So whichever choice you want, whether you want it flat like this, I think with the lights looks a bit nicer. Thank you for watching. Please come again, and please help me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye.